so excited about today.
Yes.
Can't hear me?
No.
Check, check.
Yeah.
Now? Okay, good. Otherwise, like I said, I can use my Filipino voice and just scream. But we're so excited about today. Whew, so emotional from this morning in our prayer time. We're just honored. We're honored to do what the song said, just walk in our destiny. It's not that we have to, but we get to.
Yes.
And we're so thankful that God has called us to be in this place that we need to be. We're thankful that we can be part of Grace Bible Church Pearl Sands, part of the Every Nation ministries, churches. I'm actually going to bring up another person who's going to share a little bit about Every Nation. She's been part of Every Nation for 19 years. 19 years. Donita Rose Villarama. I got to put in a name because she's who she is. Married to Eric Villarama. They have a son, JP, 9 years old. Nicknamed, listen to this, the Julia Roberts of Philippine cinema. Because of her popularity and natural beauty.
I never saw that before.
MTV Asia's one of their top VJs. Dig this. Donita Rose was in FHM's 2001 Sexiest of the Philippines.
I was in a turtleneck.
But all of that aside, husband and wife, we're all husband and wives. We know we go through stuff. But you know what? They love God. Boils down to it, they love God. Left that so she can honor God and walk into the destiny that God has called her to be in. So at this time, will you help me welcome Donita Rose Villarama?
You are in trouble. Yeah, for the record, I kind of got rebuked for being in FHM at that time, but I promise I was in a turtleneck, okay? And I shared my testimony in that article. All right, so hi everybody. I'm really, truly honored that Pastor Greg even let me come up here to talk. I'm surprised he trusts me. Okay. As he said, my name is Donita Rose Villarama. I recently moved back here to the U.S. permanently to be with my husband and my son and my mom's side of the family just in January. So we moved here in May of last year. Then I went back to pursue a different career, which is in culinary. And I got my training, and then finally, after I was done, I moved here permanently in January. We were a part of another church in the Southwest, very close to our home. But to be honest, there's nothing wrong with that other church. Really beautiful, great people and everything, but it's been difficult for me because I've been a part of the Every Nation family for 19 years, and when you've been a part of something so beautiful and big and grand and having been used of God, somebody as humble as me, which is another long testimony which I won't share now, but there was a missing piece to the puzzle for me. And so I served wholeheartedly in that other church, but when I found out that there was an Every Nation conference going on this last August, two pastors' wives who I'm very, very dear to got in touch with me just to catch up and told me that they were planting an Every Nation church here in Vegas. And that just really made me so happy. So we finally got in touch with Pastor Greg and Leah, and 3 days later, we were here. That was exactly 2 weeks ago. That was the first time that we ever met. Feels like years though, right? All right, so I guess maybe you guys are wondering what is Every Nation. Well, Every Nation is also called Every Nation Churches and Ministries. It is an organization that is non-denominational, and it engages in social welfare and evangelism, okay? It's also known as a parachurch, or as we like to call it at Every Nation, a movement that believes in honoring God by planting Christ-centered churches, making them spirit-empowered, socially responsible, and starting campus ministries in every nation. It was previously called Morning Star International, but they changed the name in 2004 to better reflect the ministry's vision to plant churches in every nation in our generation. It was started by Rice Brooks, Phil Bonasso, and of course Steve Merle, who together decided to join ministries to come up with this vision and goal for the entire world. And so Pastor Steve Merle came to the Philippines, I forgot what year, the 80s, right? It was in the 80s, just to do a church plant, but he never left. And since then, they've started 65 churches in the Philippines alone, and they have outreaches in 61 nations all around the world. And Vegas is now the start of that, teaming up with Grace Bible Church. This is a really exciting new endeavor for all of us, and I'm sure you guys don't really know so much about it yet. You can check online on the website and find out more about it. But just coming from the perspective of a member of that church for the past 19 years, I will say that Pastor Steve and the founders of the church believe in Luke chapter 6, verse 47 and 48. As for everyone who comes to me and hears my words and puts them into practice, I will show you what they are like. They are like a man building a house who dug deep down and laid a foundation on rock. When a flood came, the torrent struck that house, but could not shake it because it was well built. And Pastor Steve believes in laying a very strong foundation built on Jesus Christ. And he does not have a problem with other people building on that. He believes that everybody should get empowered, get equipped, you know, do one-to-one, Purple Book, which I'm sure you all will find out more about later. Go to Bible school. You know, I went to Bible school for 2 years under the Every Nation Leadership Institute, and it really has changed my life. I've been a Christian my whole life. I was Baptist, very conservative Baptist, and you know, I loved God with all my heart, but really, when I joined Every Nation, it took it to a whole nother level. I, believe it or not, I was a very shy person when I was growing up, didn't look people in the eye, couldn't really talk, and look at me now. And this is all because of Every Nation, and they've really, they've taken who I was in the past and helped mold me into the person that I am now. And I still have a lot of work to do, but I know that God can use us regardless. So I'm just really encouraged about this new partnership, and I really believe that, you know, God wants to use each and every one of us. He wants to empower all of us to, you know, invite other people to come, train them, help them to see that God has a greater purpose for each and every one of us. And I'm just really overwhelmed and excited to be a part of this family. So, guys, thank you for letting me speak today. And if you guys ever need anything, definitely, I'm in this church for the long run. So, God bless us all.